Okay, so welcome back. This is more like a part two. So you've got your standard rudder with 6.5 inches of endless rod. You got your 8-9 inch upgrade rudder with 8 to 9 inches. I mean 6.5 inches of endless rod, and you've got mine. So that's the leading edge here. This is the back edge. So like so. Okay, so what I've done here is I've shaped my rudder how I want it, and then I've recessed a groove into the balsa wood. I've had joined two pieces of 100mm balsa wood with Gorilla Glue, clamped it overnight, and then shaped it how I want. This is incredibly strong once it's been resin and matted. So whether you use carbon, Kevlar, or glass mat. With the stainless steel endless rod, it's really important to make sure you've got 6.5 inches hanging out of the top, as per the OEM gear. Okay, so there's a reason for that. So just keep it to 6.5 inches approximately. All right, so you can fine tune it once you're finished. All right, what I've done is I've done my recess within the balsa wood, and I've also faceted the endless rod just to ensure the resin's got plenty of grip. Not only have I done that, but I've also bent the rod so the rudder doesn't twist when under pressure. So there you go. So that's what I've got so far. That's about to be epoxied up. I'll shorten that to make sure I've got a perfect 6.5 inch offset. So probably have to cut a little bit more off, which is not hard. It takes a couple of seconds. And so that's what I've got there. So that's about it. That's it so far. Sitting within the groove, perfectly centered. Just got to make sure that that bend there is placed within the actual rudder itself. So I just got to nip a bit off here and bring it back down just a little bit. So there you go so far. So that's more of a part two. Part three, I will just show you the end product. So and I'll give you a comparison of all three. This is ultra light at this stage, very, very light. So we'll see how we go with the resin and the application of the matting, depending on which one I get, as to how heavy it might end up. But I doubt very much it'll be of a considerable weight at all. So just use your square edge. Just ensure that the shaft is coming out of the top of the rudder itself nice and square. You can fine tune this once it's resined in on the kayak to make sure. You may have to sand the top edge just a little bit for clearance. Just ensure you do that before you resin. So once the shaft is resined into place in this gap here, once that's cured, place this on the kayak as is, very carefully, and make sure that the clearance at the top is sufficient enough to stay away from the kayak. And that's it so far. So that's part two of my little Uncle Baggy rudder. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. And I'll keep you up to date, and part three will be probably uploaded next week. All right, cheerio. See you on.